Guys, it's Rachel and welcome back to another video. This week I am doing a tutorial on how to draw fire in a sort of cartoony style. I've gotten a few requests to do some tutorials, so I thought I would try doing this because I'm decently confident on drawing fire. I'm not the best, but I think I'm pretty good at drawing it in a cartoony style. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first step is your base. So it depends on whether you're doing a campfire or someone's controlling fire, but whatever you want to do, you can start with your base. So that could be wood or the hand or wherever the fire is coming from. So you're going to go ahead and draw that, and then once you've gotten your base, you're going to make a really low curved line to get the bottom of the fire started. If it's coming from a hand, I like to draw a circle instead, sort of like an orb or how they're like powering up the fire, and then you'll end up drawing a low curved line under that circle. Alright, so the next step is to start drawing the curves. So what you want to do for this is make sure that you really loosen up your hands so that you can make sure that those curves look really natural and not really stiff, especially when you're starting to draw. It's really easy to have a stiff hand and get really hard lines and they don't look that natural, so it's actually easier to do these curves faster and more flowy. So I recommend loosening up your hand and trying to do it faster and getting all those curves to look natural. This is probably the hardest part of drawing fire, so this part's going to take a lot of practice. It might not look great at first, but just keep working at it and it'll get better over time. Alright, the third step is pretty easy. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to add ashes and particles around the fire, and you want to make sure that you add the particles and the ashes in the direction that the fire is blowing so that it goes with the fire. And to do these, basically you're just going to add little dots for the particles and ashes and little flames for the flames coming off from the fire. The fourth step is to add in the smoke. Basically, you're going to put in the smoke in the direction that the fire is blowing. When you're putting in smoke, you're basically going to make round and curvy lines, and it doesn't matter too much with the line art because you're going to mess around with the smoke mostly when you're coloring it using your different grays. The last step is to color. It's probably the most fun step out of all of them. So what you're going to want is a colorless blender. This is going to help a lot because a colorless blender can sort of bleach colors and blend colors into white. So it's going to be super helpful, and I highly recommend getting one of these if you're coloring in fire. Alright, so you're going to start off by using either a really light gray or no color at all, and you're going to put a little bit of like a circle in the bottom part of your fire. This is going to be like the center of your fire and the hottest or lightest part of the fire. Next, you're going to go around with a yellow and start branching it up towards the top of the fire. After that, you're going to go in with an orange, and then around the edges and a little bit inwards is going to be red. Now you're going to go ahead and blend those colors into each other. So you're going to take the orange to blend the red into the orange, take the yellow to blend the orange into the yellow, and then you're going to use your colorless blender to blend the yellow into the white of the center of the fire. Next, you're just going to use a little bit of red and orange to color in those flames coming off from your fire. Next, you're going to color in your smoke by just taking your lightest gray and going around where your line art is for the smoke and just adding in some extra curvy and round lines with your marker. Now we're going to be coloring the surroundings. So go ahead and color in your base, and now what we're going to do is you're going to get your colorless blender and just sort of go back and forth on the spots where the fire is nearest, especially on the campfire. I just sort of use the colorless blender and put it right where the fire touched, and it gives it a really light effect and shows that the fire is giving off light onto the wood. Next, you're just going to add in some really deep shadows where the light from the fire wouldn't hit, and then you're going to take your yellow and sort of go over the spots where you put the colorless blender to give off that glow from the fire. So that's about it for coloring. I'm going to let you guys watch the guy wielding the fire coloring, and I will see you guys in a sec. Quick note, especially when you're doing humans, you want to add a little line of yellow, especially around their face or their clothing, where the light from the fire would hit. This just gives a really cool glow effect, and it looks really good. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy it and it helped you out at all, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below, letting me know what you guys like to see on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome weekly videos, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!